Hey there, folks, it's me, your old pal, Officer Hank Schlitz, the Game Cop, coming to you over this thing called the internet to bring you the latest and greatest in the entertainment news world. And what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about a show that I've talked about before. It's called Bojack Horseman. It's the only video I ever made where anyone actually looked at it for more than 2 seconds. And I was talking about how they made a new season not that long ago, and there was this one episode called Old Churro or Three Churros. It involves a churro, and it was terrific. It's like a new benchmark in quality and dramatic potential of entertainment animated sequence. And, I just talked about it, and everyone loved it, and it got 3 likes, and isn't that something? And, I'm here to talk about Bojack Horseman again because it's in the news. It's things are happening. I don't know if you know this, but it's gonna be it's a Netflix show, Bojack Horseman, but they're gonna be putting it on TV soon. And isn't that a great idea? And I'm just here to talk about why that's such a good idea because it's going to be on this channel. I don't know if you ever heard of this channel. They got this channel on the cable network called Comedy Central, where they take all the comedy from all over the world, they grab it and they pluck it from the tree, and they dig it out of the earth, and they aggregate it all together so that you can see it all from your convenient seat right at home, right back there. You can just watch TV and get all the comedy that you need. And they don't want you to, have to go to other platforms to find it. So they find the comedy, the great comedy in the Netflix, and they extract it like a scientist synthesizing chemicals, getting essential elements out of the Netflix and bringing it to Comedy Central. And they're going to be having Bojack Horseman as a serialized cartoon. And I think that's a great idea because Bojack Horseman really lends itself well to serialization. Most of the time you have a show like King of the Hill or The Simpsons or, those are the main ones like American Dad. There you go. That's a third one. Those are the ones that get serialized. And, typically, they've got these sort of, episodic kind of encapsulated stories where you can kind of just jump in and out and watch it at any time. And they also tend to be pretty lighthearted shows. They're not these like very, heavy dramatic programs that really get into the nitty gritty of all the sexual confusions that human beings experience and all the professional woes that we have to deal with. And, there's a real dearth of content in that particular area when it comes to serialized cartoon fun. And so Bojack Horseman is going to really fill that gap in well because, the way that Bojack Horseman is typically consumed is like people watch it on Netflix and they binge it and they get the whole story in one dose. But the good thing that Comedy Central has figured out is that once you get that story on that, you watch an episode, you see it, it's totally disconnected from anything else you've seen. You don't know what's going on. I guess they're just counting on people, having already watched Bojack Horseman and watching it again, which they could do at any point because they have Netflix. But I digress. What they're gonna see is, if they're not familiar, they're gonna watch the show, and it's gonna have all this drama, all this crazy stuff going on, and they're gonna have to say, well, I don't know what's going on in this show right now. I haven't seen the episode preceding this, and I don't know if the one coming next is gonna actually be the one that would normally be in sequential order for this show because it's serialized and they mix up all the episodes a lot of the time when they tend to do that. So, I guess I'll have to tune in tomorrow. I'll have to keep watching, and they know that's smart. They know that if you want to get the whole story, you have to sit there and watch Bojack Horseman all day long and make sure you get all the pieces and put the puzzles together, because otherwise it's not going to make any sense. And I think that's a really smart idea. The other thing is that, Bojack Horseman, it's this great show that, it has jokes in it, but that's not the main aim. The main aim in it is to make you really have this introspective, dramatic look at yourself and look at the world and feel real bad. Whenever Bojack Horseman comes out, the internet's always screaming and yelling about how sad they are. Oh, I cried last night watching Bojack Horseman. Oh, it's such a great show. It makes me want to vomit up my guts in woe. Oh, the despair that I feel because of Bojack Horseman. Is there any point living anymore? Should I just go ahead and die because Bojack Horseman makes that prospect sound pretty appealing right now? Why not? That's a real good idea to have that serialized on a channel. Just pop in, because that's what people want, They don't want to pop in and watch a bunch of silly jokes that are disconnected from anything, like on fucking Family Guy or The Simpsons or something. They want to watch a show where they pop in and have a lot of dramatic, sad things happen. People talking about how the parents didn't love them. That's a good show to just pop in and check out from time to time in a serialized nature. And I just think that's really good because Comedy Central, they know that a serialized program doesn't have to meet the conventions of what a cartoon program typically would be in this sort of scenario. They know that they can have a episode, not an episodic, sequential serial. I don't know what the fuck it's called. There's episodes, they keep going. They're connected. They can have all that together and have all this sad, depressing stuff. And people are just going to eat it up. They're going to want to watch it over and over and over again and watch the favorite episodes, because I know that's what I do. I always want to watch episodes of Bojack Horseman over and over and over again. It's certainly not something that I just watch and feel slightly bad for a few hours and then immediately forget. And that's why it's such a good idea to have this be a serialized program on Comedy Central. Kudos to you guys. You figured it out once again. All right, I'm probably never coming back, so hope you enjoyed this. Bye, Game Cop.